Hey, what's up guys? It's Pixelated-Apollo. Thanks for stopping by, and today we are back playing the Kings of Winter, the Game of Thrones mod, and recently they updated it, so we're gonna see some new factions, new units. I'm very excited to show you this battle. So this one is a 1v1 between me and Jackyfish. Jackyfish, he is commanding the Free Folk, or the Wildlings, as other people call them. They are the people who live on the other side of the Great Wall, so they're going to be invading with their horde force, and then I am going to be defending, and I've got a much smaller army but way more elite. This faction is King of Mountains and Vale. Very cool looking faction. Let me just go ahead and show you the general unit right here. Look at this. Look at this. This looks amazing. Look at the helmets. Kind of look like Swan Knights. This might give you a good idea of what Rise of Mordor might look like in terms of Swan Knights. So let's go ahead and look at the army comps before this battle gets started. We will start with the Wildlings, or the Free Folk. So over here, I mean, they have a massive army, so we'll just kind of skim through it. So he's got some Wall Raiders, so they're going to try to raid my walls. Very fitting name. Let's see, he's got more Wall Raiders over here. For archers, he's got Free Folk Trappers. So that's the archer force. Very cool. And then back here he's got more wall riders. This is an elite unit of Ice River clans. These guys look really cool, almost like ninjas there. They got, they got to wear a lot of clothes there because it's so cold where they live. And then he's got some Free Folk Horde, which is a light spear unit, very cheap. Back here is his general. It's the Chieftain's War Party. So these are some elite warriors in this unit. Let's see what else has he got here. I think he's got some axemen, more wall raiders, archers, and I think that's pretty much it for the Wildlings. It's not like they have crazy super professional units. We do have some Thins, I think is how you pronounce it. They're like a heavy berserker unit, so these guys are pretty tough. You got to watch out for them, but that's pretty much it for his army. Let's go ahead and look at my army here, which will go a lot faster because I have a lot less troops. In the front lines, I've got some 9-star Levy. This is a crossbow unit. They look really cool, those shields in the back. Very awesome. So that 4 units of them, they're all on the walls getting ready. And then I've got about 4 units of the House Coldwater Bannermen. Awesome uniforms. I love that, purplish blue and red. Looks pretty cool, very flashy. And then let's see, what else do I got over here? I've got 2 units of this really cool spear unit. It's House Grafton Bannermen, and they're in Testudo right now. They look fantastic, ready to hold the very back choke points in case everything fails in the front wall there. Here's another unit of them getting ready to hold. And then over here I have some axemen. These guys are pretty cheap. They're the Runestone Levy. Not too fancy. They might, they kind of even look like the Wildlings a little bit. Here's a sergeant leading them, which looks pretty cool. Very nice. Very nice. And I think I got 1 more unit of swordsmen. This is like a very cheap cold water burn levy. Not as fancy as the other cold water infantry, but they still look pretty solid and should be able to hold their own, do well on their own. And then here I have 2 units of dismounted knights. These guys look really cool, very experienced. I'm keeping them in reserve. And of course my general's over here waiting in reserve. Looks like they got some capes too, which is pretty sweet. Also, I have this ginormous siege engine with explosive rounds. So get ready for some fantastic artillery, and we can go ahead and start this battle. Alright, so here we go. Looks like the free people here, Free Folk, are charging forward. They're ready to take the walls, and I'm going to try to fire down as many artillery shots as I can before they actually reach the walls. And we did do some damage here. We burnt up this unit of wall raiders. So the tree here is on fire, and here we go. The men are marching. Let me just give you a bird's eye view of this massive force ready to take this fortress. So we are greatly outnumbered, pretty much by like 2,000 or so. So it's going to be a tough, long fight, but that's the way we like it. That is definitely how we like it. Me and Jackyfish, long siege battles. Alright, so yeah, they're good. They were really lucky there, missing that artillery shot, but they are getting closer and closer. Pretty soon, I'm going to let my crossbows fire at will, and they should do a pretty good job against the Free Folk because they don't have a lot of heavy armor. So, they're all mostly light infantry, so hopefully my 9-star levy can take out a bunch of them before they actually reach the walls. Here comes another shot. Let's see if we can get lucky here. Oh, nope. Nope, just missed. Well, it wasn't just a miss, but it was kind of close. Getting close to those wall raiders, and they're just kind of taking their time. They're showing how tough they are, not running up to the walls and freaking out. Now my arrow towers are in range, which is kind of ridiculous. They have, you know, OP range. I really do not like towers in Total War Attila. I really think they're OP. Here comes another shot. Let's see if we can get some kills here. Nope, not having a lot of luck with the accuracy of that catapult. But that's good for the wildlings. Lots of nervous anticipation right here, guys. Both sides very anxious, ready for glory. Let's see who will win here. I don't know, my plan here is to hold out the walls. I really want to use these towers as long as possible. I don't want to fall back. I could fall back and go to these choke points. I don't think that would be good. I'd want to, like I said earlier, I want to use these arrow towers and also hopefully, you know, chip away at his archers, because if I just, you know, retreated back to the town center, he would just sit there with his archers and fire over until he's ready to charge. And crossbows, honestly, they do better shooting, you know, straight forward, so they wouldn't really do a great job of, you know, falling back and having to shoot over my defenses. So I'm gonna try to leave them out in the front here, and they look fantastic. That black uniform, look at that. Well equipped. There they go. Now they are firing, and they are taking out a decent number of these wall raiders. And I believe he's going to send the wall raiders first because they're not the best infantry. I don't think they're the worst, but they should be able to do some damage here. Kind of took a while for them to get to the walls. Did not expect that. So we'll just fast forward a little bit just to save some time. All right, so there they go. They're almost at the walls. We can do normal speed here. I'm now charging in my swordsmen, getting them ready. Pretty soon, they are going to be at the walls, charging up this ladder. I'm going to leave my crossbows here as long as possible. And there we go. I'm going to retreat them. That now is a good time because these wall raiders could show up at any second now. Let's see about the rest of his army. Still pretty far away, so I can really focus down these two points right here. And it is going to get a little laggy here, guys, because there's so many units on the battlefield. But here we go. Here comes the first couple of troops. I was a little worried about this because I didn't really have a lot of resistance over here. So I'm sending in some of my House Coldwater Bannermen. They're going to just barely make it in time to try to hold this position. They weren't exactly in a great position. But this is the start of the melee in this great Game of Thrones siege battle. Oh, there we go. See, that's that lag, guys. It does get better over time as more and more units die. So, and I promise you that will happen. We can see the catapult firing from the other section here. You see this catapult over here. Actually, you know what? It's not firing. Huh. I think I forgot to turn it back on fire at will. But here comes more wall raiders charging in into my sword, my Coldwater Bannerman. So let's see what's going on the other side. I believe, yes, they are trying to take the walls over here. Again, I'm trying to hold with my Coldwater Bannerman, trying to hold back these guys. The wall raiders. The soldiers are kicking and screaming. Oh, the crossbow fire coming in. I retreated my crossbows up on this slight ridge to try to get some shots on the openings of the flanks of my enemy. So they're doing a pretty good job, and just like that, the wall raiders are breaking. You're not raiding any walls this day. At least not you. And then here comes more troops coming in. Wall raiders? I think so. Yep, wall raiders. Here comes my last unit of sword bannermen. They're gonna hold. The reason I'm holding so desperately here is, again, to activate those towers. Here comes another swordsman unit. This is, I think, wall raiders again. Yeah. And I was not paying attention, so I did not get my crossbows out of there in time. But that's okay. I've got some axemen coming over, and I am now retreating those crossbows. So a pretty intense fight for the walls. I am saving my large siege equipment ammo. I'm going to wait for him to clump up, and then I'll use my my catapult there. So I got more reserves over here. I've got more axemen charging to the gate because he now has his ram at the gate. And it's opening. Why is the gate opening? Just open it for him. Like, no big deal. Why is it opening? What the heck? Oh, I think I have some men charging down here. Why? Why, axemen? Why? How could you do this? You trade us. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing here. I think there's some pathfinding issues. I did not tell him to charge out there like that. So I just realized the situation. So I'm going to try to run them back. But yeah, they're being a little glitchy, which is never a good thing in a siege battle. Let's go ahead and see what's going on here. More and more troops from the wildlings clumping up, trying to break through my cold water bannermen. Right, cold water. Yeah, cold water. Cold water bannermen. But the wild men, they're used to cold water. All right, so what he's doing now is he's got his spears holding back some of my infantry. You can see that he's kind of got me surrounded over here. Actually, you know what? We're actually holding our ground. We're not exactly surrounded, but we are outnumbered. So not looking good. I'm trying to send reinforcements over here. But of course, he's got his spearmen holding the flank, which is really smart from Jackie Fish. But my troops are a lot more elite than his. So hopefully I can get over there in time and save the day. All right, let's see what's going on. I think pretty soon, right here, guys, is when I start to activate my catapult. And we're going to see some pretty awesome explosions. Pretty cool fight. I do say so myself. So this is where most of the intense fighting is, especially when that artillery starts firing, whenever that may be. But we're still, well, actually, you know what? We're breaking through the swordsmen. You can see a lot of arrows flying overhead. It looks like Jackie Fish has his archers in range. So yes, he does. He's got his free folk trappers firing over the walls, just trying to get any kills as possible, as many kills as possible. And the fight for the wall is still going pretty okay, but he's really opening up a lot of flanks here, and I'm running out of infantry to contain those flanks. So now he's got his more elite Ice River clans coming in. So that's going to be a big issue for my runestone levy. Yep, here's more ice clans. Oh, the oil. Looked like the oil did some damage there. It's doing damage to the troops charging through the gate. You can see all the dead bodies there burnt up like a crisp. So good use of the oil there. And, oh, there we go, guys. Yes, here we go. The artillery is firing. I'm so glad I did not miss it. Look at this. The troops are flying all over the place. I am getting some friendly fire, but I'm so outnumbered here that it's not that big of a deal. I'm more likely to kill his troops. It looks like some of his men are wavering. No, they're not wavering. Oh, they're just pushing. That was really close. That could have been a great shot. But I definitely need to take out. Oh, there we go. There was another good shot there. That was beautiful. Woo-hoo-hoo. It's lagging up the game, guys. Troops' bodies are flying everywhere. Look at this. You can see, like, axes coming in. Do you see that? That is awesome. That was really, really cool. He's got some skirmishers here throwing axes and trying to support his infantry. Here comes another shot from the artillery. Oh, that could have been really bad for my troops. Here comes more volleys. Oh, no, friendly fire there. Boom. Okay, so I'm not getting a lot of direct hits, but I am trying to turn. Oh, there we go, guys. There we go. That was huge. That was really huge. So I'm trying to break them, and hopefully I can turn this battle, this small fight, around with the support of my artillery. But let's real quick look at other parts of this battle. Let's see what's going on over here. The gates are being overwhelmed by just hordes of free folk. I only have this one unit of runestone levy, which again are not. Oh, friendly fire. No, that was terrible. My artillery taking out a big chunk of my troops, but yet my men still stand strong. They realize that it's a sacrifice they must make. And then here's the cold water burn levy fighting at this flank. So yeah, not you know, it's all right. It's looking okay over here, but I am starting to get overwhelmed. And here's his Ice River clans. His units there, his spear units. Here comes more wall raiders going after my archers. I am out of infantry, so my archers, oh, they've got their blade. Oh, that guy got his head chopped off. But yeah, they've got their blades out. Not looking great, though. I do have a unit of crossbows in reserve over here. The sergeant's like, come on, man. Come on. Keep up the fire. Yeah, they want to fight. They want to take the city. Are you not aware of what's going on? All right, so, yep. My last couple troops here are breaking. My cold water bannermen just didn't have enough to hold the line, even with the artillery support. My buildings are burning probably because of my own artillery, and my troops are beginning to waver at the walls. I'm getting very depleted over here. Crossbow's still firing. His archers are still firing. See a close-up of the very intense melee here. All right, so more axemen breaking to the sheer number of troops that the free folk are bringing to the siege battle. My crossbows are breaking. He's now charging in more wall raiders. I was over here focusing on what he was planning on doing. I still have about half my ammo, actually more than half. I got like 60% of my ammo. Let's see if I can get any shots here. Come on, come on. Oh, yes, yes, taking out a huge blob. But it is a double-edged sword because I am burning my own city. But, you know, sometimes you gotta make sacrifices to be able to win this fight. And that is what I'm doing right here. My cold water burn levy still holding. They still believe in the cause. They think they can hold. Oh, look at this unit. Look at this guy. This guy's awesome. Looks like he's got some kind of creature on his head. That's cool, you know, whatever you're into, that's all right. There's a good charge in the back there, and they are breaking my troops. That is why they're cheering. And my last unit of resistance at the first wall are my runestone levy. Actually, you know what? I still have more troops over here. But yeah, they're breaking. It's my levy. They can't handle. They're getting the heck out of here. There's no hope. Flee, flee for your lives. So yeah, they're falling back. My crossbows are holding in the center here. I decided to leave my crossbows in the center gate because it actually is pretty hard to attack them. But finally, he is sending in some of his free folk clan to attack the backs of my crossbows. I was doing a lot of damage to his archers. You can see a lot of dead bodies. Most of these are archers, so I don't have to worry about them late game. But here comes a huge flanking force going around this way. I believe they're trying to take out as many towers as possible, which is a great idea. And now we prepare for the final stand. The balance of power is still in his favor, but I did shift it a little bit. We'll see what happens here. Again, I've got my most elite troops here. I mean, look at these guys. They're you know what? They're happy. They're happy that the first wall defense failed, because now they can fight. They can fight and get their sword wet. I've retreated some of my crossbows up on the secondary wall. Pretty cool position. So I'm still focusing down his archers just so I don't have to deal with them later on in this fight. And now the fight for the final choke point. The town center is about to begin. Move out of the way! I'm surprised my crossbows were able to get out of there so cleanly. I mean, they are forming testudo. But the wall raiders are taking on my house Grafton. Grafton? I think that's how you pronounce it. The bannerman. Nice. Stab in the neck. Took off his head. It must be a very large spear. Oh, man. Alright, let's see what's going on this side. Alright, so yes, he is charging in some of his Free Folk clan and some of his Ice River clan. They're very exhausted, and charging up this hill is only going to make them more exhausted. But it's all he can do. And look at this. Here's the point of view of my soldiers here, which is really awesome. Very, very awesome. They're in shield wall formation. Hold of the king. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident in my men, just how like elite they look. And let's see what's going on over here. More fighting on this flank now. So he's attacking on all flanks. He's moving in more infantry. So he still has a lot of troops left. This is far from over. Let's see how things are going over here. Still holding pretty well. Oh, okay. And I'm using my artillery here, which, yeah, might cause some friendly fire. But, you know, I'm willing, I'm willing to make that sacrifice for the glory of the good. There's my troops. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay, rest in peace. Oh, yes. A really good hit there. Oh, yeah. Wonderful. That one wasn't as great, but that one before. I mean, look at the floor is just covered in blood. Not looking good for the free folk. Yes, indeed. Oh my god. I love the artillery in this mod. The explosive rounds are just so awesome. Here comes more troops. They see that their men are just getting obliterated from that artillery. Oh, I took some friendly fire there. Here comes another shot. Looks pretty good. Yes. Oh my god. I am just wiping out this entire flank, including my men. You can see a lot of my men. Oh, look at this guy. Rest in peace, man. You fought bravely. You took a shot in the back. All right, here comes another round. I gotta watch this. This is just too great. Oh, yes. The shards of the pots there, or whatever they're throwing, just going everywhere like grenades, ripping through the troops' light armor. Man, this doesn't really look like blood. It kind of looks like grape juice. Grape juice. Really cool defense right here. Both sides getting very depleted. Let me go ahead and turn on the HUD, see what's going on here. On the other flank, though, it's actually pretty close here. He's got a lot of troops, more and more men coming up this way. They are eager, they're active, they're not exhausted. So it's going to be quite the challenge for my dismounted knights. Let's see, where's my general doing? Where is my general? I moved him over this way. Let me get a good view of him. Oh, he's getting ready to charge, I think. So get ready, men. It's such an awesome unit. That is, look at this unit. They look so much like Swan Knights. I cannot wait for the Rise of Mordor. I cannot wait. It's going to be fantastic. But he's really blobbing up his forces, including his general. So this is like his final push. I've got my general close by in case he has to duel the general. My artillery is still firing over at this flank, it looks like. Oh, wait, no. I decided to move them because I'm actually going to send artillery support on this flank. But over here, I sent over some of my dismounted knights, but I felt like they were needed elsewhere. Oh, look at the axes flying in the backs of my men. That was really cool. Did you guys see that? That was awesome. But yeah, my spearmen have been holding like champs. They all deserve medals and a free turkey leg at the end of this battle if they survive. Hopefully not, because we don't have enough food for that. But I'll be sure to send them to their deaths. But I'll write a song about them or make a statue of them. We will remember the brave troops. But yes, the Ice River clans making some progress with the support of the Axemen. But it's a very close fight over here. And this is really bad if I lose this flank because, well, my other flanks will be open. But I decided to send my dismounted knights over to this flank because he has so many troops trying to break through the defenses here. Look at that. Look at that. They are pushing their hearts out. And, oh my god, my general is fighting now. Look at these beautiful, beautiful units. Oh, the lighting is awesome as well. Come on, come on. Someone look at the camera. Someone. The fire in the background. Two general units doing battle. Uh-oh. Is that artillery? Yes, it is. Artillery incoming. So that is why most of my my city here has been burnt to a crisp. You can see a lot of the buildings here are all burned down. Not good. I mean, we're gonna have to do a lot of rebuilding if we survive this battle. But the balance of power, it looks like it's slowly shifting over to my favor. Okay, see you later. That's awesome. That is really awesome. Here comes another round. This little, that's a little, oh, friendly fire there. I've got my crossbows now in melee because they used up their ammo. Unfortunately, mostly my crossbows are the ones getting chipped apart from my own artillery. Yeah, this is really risky, especially my general being over here. Woo! This archer's back here trying to support his general. His general unit is one of the last units standing. Here we go, another round coming in. Oh my god, that guy flew across the screen. More and more troops flying across the battlefield. My My elite Falcon Guard, which is their name. I didn't even say their name, is doing very well. We killed the enemy general. They are beginning to waver because of the death of their general. They're very closely, you know, they respond poorly if their general dies. And my spearmen, yep, looks like these spearmen are going to get some chicken legs, turkey legs at the end of this fight. And there we go. That is the end of the battle. A very close battle. The King of Mountain and Vale, they're a very, very good faction. It seems like a lot of the newer factions are a bit weaker compared to this faction and the House Stark. But I think hopefully I can show you more of the newer factions in future battles. But this gives you a good overview of the update. Really enjoyed this one. It's just some really cool units and epic scenes. So let's go ahead and look at the results here and see how everyone did. Okay, so this was a bit OP. My artillery getting 800 kills. That is insane amount of kills. I really enjoyed watching it though. My crossbows all doing pretty well, getting over 100. My dismounted knights doing pretty solid there. Let's see, my runestone levy actually doing pretty good. Let's see, Coldwater bannerman getting over 100, and my spears. Actually, you know what? My spears didn't get a ton of kills, but they did hold their ground. And then I've got the Coldwater burn levy getting 26, general getting 27. Now remember, everyone did pretty well because Jackie Fish was using a horde faction. But looking at his elite troops, he's got the Free Folk clan. They did all right. Some of them got over 100. It's kind of, you know, spread out evenly. His really weak troops didn't do that great. His Ice River clans actually didn't do that great, which is kind of surprising because they looked so cool. But I think they still need to update the unit icons. That's why they kind of all look like Charlemagne from the DLC. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. This was just me and Jackie Fish having a little fun. Very laid back battle. But if you did enjoy it and you want to see more, be sure to leave a like, a comment, and share if you would like. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.